Hey, Shalom, Israel, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatam to all the brothers, Yahshua Taba Shem Yahshua to all the sisters. I'm Prison Officer 1000 Ariyah with the I.S.U.P.K, which is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. And what we teach that the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian are the 12 tribes of the Bible, you understand? The 12 tribes of Israel, the same people that was in slavery in Egypt, the same people, you understand, that's been in slavery by the Assyrian, by the other nation, by the pagan nation, by the Babylonian, by the Persian, by the Roman, by the Greeks. We are the same people, you understand, of the book. You understand? So what we do every Saturday is like, you understand, like everybody that's used to what we do and used to come in this class, you understand, we have a scripture breakdown. When we break down scriptures, we talk about what's going on in this life, what's going on in our society, what's going on in our community, and we show it to you in the Bible. Tonight we have a special, well, we're gonna have many topics. I'm gonna be with y'all for a while. Then after that, you know what I'm saying, I gotta dip out and I'm gonna let the brother rock out. But I got a topic for y'all that if you haven't been in the Rise podcast, that was last Sunday. We had, you know, I'm saying, a topic that was about the gangsters in Canada, the gangsters in Montreal, the gangsters in Quebec. You understand? We have a brother, you know, I'm saying, a Levite brother, a Haitian brother that passed away recently. He got shot down. And when you read about his story, is that he was influential. He was in the Hells Angels, affiliated with the Hells Angels, affiliated with the mafia, the Italian mafia, and you understand, he was working for both of them to unite together. And not only that, he was working for Black people, you understand, to unite with those people, with those Eden in the bad side. You understand? Trying to make our, you know, understand, our brothers make money, but in the wrong way. And lately, he passed away. So we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna show you what the Bible say about it. You understand? With no further ado, you understand, I'm with Officer 500 Barakiala with me on my, you understand, on my side. You understand? Shalom.
Yeah, but
you already know what's going on. And soon we, you understand, we have I.S.U.P.K Toronto, you understand, Officer 1000 Baja with us as well. What's going on, priest? Shalom.
Hey, Shalom Akim, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Kafam.
What's going on in Toronto, man?
I'm too up.
Come on. So yeah. I'm gonna be with you for a while. Then after that, I pass it down, you understand, to the brothers, you understand, and they're bringing that more proof, more evidence, more knowledge to you. All right, Baba Kwasha, priest, can you bring me to the top, you understand, to the link that you have, Baba Kwasha?
Come.
And you could share it with the people as well. Like this, there, you know what I'm saying? You understand what we're talking about, what, you know what I'm saying, where we coming from. Yeah, let's get to the title first. Let's get it.
Organized crime kingpin Gregory Woolley gunned down near Montreal.
You could leave it on the screen right there. Organized crime kingpin Gregory Woolley gunned down near Montreal. You understand that this is the brother, you understand, the Levite brother that was in Montreal. That was involved in the gang community, involved in the gang lifestyle, involved with the Hells Angel, which I call him KKK all the time, involved with the Hells Angel, involved with the Italian mafia, he involved with the Crip gang, involved with the Blood gang in Montreal North. So this brother got shut down. Meanwhile, you think you in the gang and you have soldiers that will look out for you, that will protect you. That's not the case, man. This is not the case. Why? Because you're not living a good lifestyle. This lifestyle of the gang is not our lifestyle. Let the Caucasian, let the European be a gang member. Let the Hells Angel be Hells Angel. Let the Italian mafia be the mafia. But us, we shouldn't have no street gang. We shouldn't be in these streets and, you understand, selling drugs, selling women and whatnot, doing all type of evil. Why? Because we have a culture of our own. We have something better than that. And what we have will make us rule the world. We have, you understand, we're looking for ends out when we join the gang. When we beat with the other nation and trying to make money and be in the street. Yet we have the best culture on this life. We have the best culture in this empire. We have the best culture in this universe, which is this book. which is this book, the laws and precept in this book, man. There's nothing better, man. When you read this book, Solomon is the wealthiest man that ever lived in this life. We come from Solomon. We come from the same people of Solomon. You understand? We don't need to sell drugs. You don't need to sell a nickel dime. You don't need to sell pound. You understand? All you got to do is follow the Most High. Come in the UPK, man. There's brother in the UPK that have businesses. You understand? And us in Canada, trust me, we're going to have businesses. Officer Zabaj is going to have his business. Officer SHALAM is going to have his business. Barakal is going to have his business. Why? Because this is what we do. You understand? This is what the Bible promotes. Let's believe it. You understand? We don't have to be in the street and be in the street gang and sell drug and whatnot, because this is our hand. We get gunned down in the middle of the street. If you mind, Baba Kwasha, can you keep going?
Quebec organized crime kingpin Gregory Woolley was gunned down Friday near Montreal. Multiple sources confirmed to CTV News.
Salaka priest, when he was gunned down, since he was working for the Hells Angel, where was the Hells Angel?
Nowhere to be found.
Where was since he was affiliated with the mafia, where was the mafia?
Nowhere to be found.
Since he was affiliated with a street gang, where were they?
Nowhere to be found.
There you go. But we doing the precept, following the laws of the Bible, God will forever be on your side. Meanwhile, nobody's on your side in the street. Nobody's there with you, you understand, when you get gunned down. But you know what? The Most High will be there if you follow his words. The Most High will be there, and you know what? Those people that trying to gun you down, they will crash. Their car will crash. They won't even come and get you. You understand? The police will come, and one of them die, the driver die, or the passenger die, and so on and so on. Because you follow the Most High, man. This is the protection that we're teaching to our people, man. This is what we want for every one of you black, so-called black Hispanics and Native Indian. We don't want you to be gunned down just like Gregory, man. And if it was, you know, I said, if I could have talked to the brother earlier, I would have talked to the brother, man. I talked to so many brothers in the street, you understand, so I could talk to all the OGs or head, you know, head of the streets. But everyone is scared. Everyone is scared of them. But I pray, you understand, that you send them these classes. Share these classes, man. Like, comment, you understand, with everyone on your social media, man. All right? He was gunned down. Meanwhile, the kid, you understand, the Hells Angel wasn't there for him. Yet he was working for the Hells Angel. All right? Keep on going.
Karawakan. Woolley, who had connection to the Hells Angels, Montreal Mafia, and several street gangs, was shot in broad daylight in front of multiple witnesses.
In broad daylight. You understand? Broad daylight in front of multiple witnesses. That means, you know, saying people who's watching him, you know, saying getting shot and nobody did a goddamn thing. Imagine that. Imagine that. You know, saying you are OG, right? You are OG in the street. You think you all bad. You know, saying big and bad. Meanwhile, you getting shut down and nobody, you know, saying have no sympathy. No sympathy. No, you know, saying nobody come to your rescue. Yet you're a big street gang. Well, you know what I'm saying? My brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like, if something happened, but you know what I'm saying? And I'm with Officer Barakali, you know what Officer Barakali is gonna do? Trying to, you know what I'm saying, try to go in front of me so you understand that he could take that bullet. And I'm gonna have to struggle with him. And you know what I'm saying? No, hey, you know what I'm saying? And the shooter is gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, in dismay. He's gonna be like, what's going on, man? These niggas are crazy, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, these dudes are crazy. This nigga, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to shoot out of y'all. This one want to take the bullet. Out of y'all say, you know what I'm saying, he want to take the bullet. You know what I'm saying? These niggas are crazy. Meanwhile, you know what I'm saying, you in the street gang thinking, well, you know what, I'm good. Nothing's gonna happen to me. Nah. We're gonna show you out the Bible that this is not the right way. Because why? Because exactly those same thing is gonna happen to you.
Right.
There's only two ways in the street gang: death or jail. Which one you prefer? Which one do you want? Death or jail? And that brother, you understand, unfortunately, you understand, salaka to the, you understand, to the family, condolences to the family. And hopefully this family check the UPK and share the UPK, because if the brother was in the UPK, change his life, that wouldn't happen to him, man. This is why we do what we do in the school, man. This is why, you understand, Commander General YAHANNA made, you understand, made it able for us to have a school, two schools in Canada, in Toronto and Montreal, man, for you. So you don't end up like Gregory, man. You don't end up like that brother, you know what I'm saying? And it is something that destroyed my heart, that is painful to my heart to see a brother die, man. That brother is a warrior. That brother is a soldier, man. Imagine how much work that brother could have do, you know what I'm saying, could have do for our people, man. Meanwhile, you know what he does? He goes to the Hells Angels and trying to unite the Hells Angels with the mafia, with the Italian mafia. Trying to make the brothers in the street, you know what I'm saying, become even more criminal. That's what he does. Because he doesn't understand who he is, because of the lack of knowledge, because you understand the lack of discipline, man. I feel bad for the brother, of course, but that brother would have been alive if he knew about the UPK. And this is why it is necessary for you to share these classes, man. It is absolutely necessary for you to like and share these classes, because you might have a brother, you might have a cousin, you might have an uncle, man, that's in the street. And just by you sharing these classes, you realize, well, you know what? There's a better way. There's another way. These brothers, officers of Baja in Toronto, officers of Barcala in Montreal, and I could do something better with my life than just helping those people that have been putting me in slavery. The Italians had us in slavery. The Italians are the Romans. The Romans killed Christ. The Romans, you understand, wanted to exterminate us. Let me not even talk about the KKK. That's why I call the Hells Angel KKK. It is the same thing. You understand? Meanwhile, this is who we decide to help. Keep on going.
Around 10:30 a.m., local police received the reports of gunfire in the parking lot outside the Vallée des Forts Health Center in Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, a city about 40 kilometers southeast of Montreal.
You know what I'm saying? I've been over there. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big city. It's like, you know what I'm saying, you go in the country. You understand? 10 a.m., which means there was people following him. There's somebody that say where this guy's gonna be and whatnot, and most likely the people that shot him was in his funeral. Most likely, the people that shot him was right there in his funeral. The people that gave the order was right there in his funeral. That's the life of the street gang. That's the life of the street, man. Leave the street alone and come to the UPK under Commander General YAHANNA, man.
Right.
You understand? Come where you're gonna live, man. Come where you're gonna, you understand, help your people to live, instead of just dying gunned down, you know, in the middle of the day, early in the morning, and nobody's, you understand, trying to help you. Come to the UPK, man. Let's do something better and greater, man. You understand? Let me get some more. Upon arrival, officers found Willie 51 with gunshot wounds. He was later pronounced dead in the hospital. So, like, let me go down. So this is this crime scene, as you can see. Considered one of Quebec's most powerful organized crime figures, Willie was seen as a bridge between the local street gang and the Hells Angels. He was one of the few black men to ever be accepted into the notorious biker gang. And this is what we're talking about. Understand? Meanwhile, that brother, the energy of that brother, the zeal of that brother could have been used in the proper way, if only he knew about the UPK. If only this brother knew about the UPK, he would have been alive. And the funeral was yesterday, right? There was a lot of black, you know, saying black OGs, like they call them in the funeral. What I'm gonna say to every one of you black OGs coming in the UPK, come follow order under Commander General YAHANNA, because this will be your hand. This will be your hand. At least us in the UPK, if we die, we're gonna die for our own. And I'm gonna say it for every Asian, all right? For every Asian, you know, if you know Asian history, Dessalines was dead because, you understand, he gave our people freedom. He fought for the freedom of our people. Well, this is the UPK. At least we die for our people. Don't die, you understand, because you fighting for a war that doesn't, you understand, belongs to you. Don't fight because you're dying for a war, and you understand, where they have to sell drugs to your own people. Don't fight for a war where you understand, they're destroying your own people, and you fighting for the people that are destroying your people, man. Don't do that. Come in the UPK on the Commanding General YAHANNA, man, because this is the only place to be. This is the only place where you will be the best of yourself. All right, let's get more. A man connected to many corners of the crime underworld, Woolley, also had close ties to the late Montreal mafioso Vito Rizzuto and his family. You understand? He was all over, you understand, all over the gangs. You understand? Just like I was stating earlier, a bridge between the El Angel to the mafia, and the mafia to the, you understand, to the street gangs. And a lot of, you understand, a lot of street gangs today, they have their product from the Italian mafia, from the El Angel, and from the police also. You understand? This is what's going on in Montreal, man. You understand? Raj Karab, hey, shalom, priest, Yahweh Shem Shabbatah. Shai One, what's going on, my man? Shalom, priest, Yahweh Shem Shabbatah. What's going on? All right. So let's wait there. Let's get a precept.
Okay.
Let's get a precept right quick before we go, because, you know what I'm saying, I know this topic was there in right on the Rise podcast. I just wanted to elaborate and bring you a few precepts. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11.
Okay.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11. And it is absolutely necessary for us to change your life, man. Especially in nowadays, you know what I'm saying? You see every nation going to war with each other. You know what I'm saying? You see, you know what I'm saying, the Palestinian going to war with a Jewish man. You see, you know what I'm saying, the Russian going to war with the Ukrainian. You see the other nation getting prepared to go to war with each other. Meanwhile, we are there, and all we think about is selling drugs to each other. Imagine that. All we think about is how to also one another. How to take, you know what I'm saying, to be above one another. What about when we start, you know what I'm saying, gathering together and say, you are my brother, you are my sister, and I'm not going to sell you drug. I'm not going to accept anybody selling you drug. Why? Because these are the nations, you know what I'm saying, will think about it. Brittany Griner, right? That's what her name, that's what her name is, right? She went to Russia with oil, with, you know what I'm saying, cannabis oil, whatnot. And they put her to jail for it. Why? Because they say, even though they could find, this is what was shocking my brain, you could find weed in Russia. You could find the same thing that she was bringing to Russia. You could find it in Russia. Yet they arrest her because why? Because you are another nation coming with drug and influencing our people. This is how we should look everybody that come in our neighborhood with drugs. We should come and look. We should look at them and be like, "You come in and destroy our neighborhood, man. Destroy our people. Meanwhile, your people, you're not gonna sell that to the Jewish man. You're not gonna go downtown in Westmont in the rich community and sell them your drug. Matter of fact, they have more money than us. Why you come to the ghetto? Why come to the ghetto? They have more money. Go sell it over there. But the agenda is for you to be destroyed. Understand? Go ahead, please.
In Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness.
Have no fellowship with unfruitful work of darkness. There's no, you understand? Why you say unfruitful? What does the verse say unfruitful?
Salakia, if I may. Because that sinful lifestyle, whatever they partake in, there is nothing but death.
There you go. Give him a hand. You understand? That brother, you understand, even when it was a bridge from the El Angel to the mafia, to the, you understand, street gang, what happened to him? 10 o'clock in the morning, he's dead. There's no fruit. Yeah, where's the fruit of it? Even though he was sitting on millions, that brother was sitting on millions, yet he's dead. You understand? He can't flourish. You understand? This million cannot flourish today. He's dead. You understand? That tree doesn't produce no fruit. It's unfruitful. And for any of you in the street gang, in the street, it is unfruitful. Yes, you could enjoy the money for a while, but what are you really going to do with it? Oh, you think I'm lying? What's going on with Puff Daddy right now? What's going on with Puff Daddy right now? I don't even want to go into it. That's for another class, and we already had the elder class last week. But that, you understand, every time you do evil, you know what I'm saying, the evil that you do is not going to profit you nothing. At the end, it's only going to lead you to death. Meanwhile, there's a way for you, you understand, to become alive, and you understand, for your tree to produce fruit and to be you understand, fruitful. There's a way, and that way is inside of the I.S.U.P.K on the coming in General YAHANNA. You understand? Keep on going.
Khan. But rather reprove them.
But rather what?
Reprove them.
That's what we're doing in the UPK. That's why we have those classes. That's why we have those podcasts. That's why, you understand, we have those public speaking. This is why we have our TikToks. This is why, you understand, we make posts, you understand, for you to realize, you understand, that there's a better way. We don't have to sell drugs to one another. We don't have to work for the Hells Angels. We don't have to work for the Italian mafia. We don't have to be in the street gangs. We're reproving it, and we're telling you there's a better way. Let's love one another, man. Also, Barakella, also 500 Barakella here as an excellent every Tuesday. He has, you understand, the brotherhood class where you know, and he teach you and show you how to be a brother to your brothers, man. How to love your brother, how to love your sisters, man. If Gregory knew that, if Gregory would have just taken you understand, a look at Officer Barakella, you understand, classes, he would have been alive today. This is why, once again, like and share these classes. You never know who's going to look at these classes. Share these classes, man. If you would have shared these classes, maybe Gregory would have been alive. You understand? Maybe Gregory would have been alive if you share these classes, because you never know who's going to look at these classes. You know what I'm saying? Especially if your profile is on public, you never know who's going to look at it. Maybe he would have looked at it. Like and share these classes, man. You understand? Reprove them. If there's something wrong, don't be there, you know, saying something wrong, be like, well, you know what, he does what he wants, she does what he wants. Reprove it, man. That's in the New Testament, Christian. You eating pork, reprove it. You understand? I see you eating pork, I'm gonna tell you, well, hey, sister, brother, you know that you shouldn't be eating that. You a Christian, you believe in God. Well, you showing you don't believe in God because God tells you not to eat pork. God tell you not to eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. Why are you doing what's against God? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell it to you. And that's what the Bible says to do. The Christian will tell you what? Blow my mind.
The law is done away with.
No, yes, but something else.
God loves the sin.
No, something else. Take Tupac.
Only God can judge me.
Only God could judge me. You understand? Don't judge me. You understand? Oh, why are you judging me? Stop eating pork. Why are you judging me? We're not judging you. We're telling you what God wants. If we were judging, we would have put your behind to death. We would have put you to death for doing exactly, you understand, what you're not supposed to. But you know what? Nobody put us to death for what we, you understand, what we did. We changed your life. We follow what God said to do, and we're telling you to do the same, which is benefit to you, which is beneficial to you, because we're telling you to live instead of dying like Gregory did. Instead of dying, you know what I'm saying? And this death is close to my heart because I have so many brothers in the street gangs. I live in a community full of street gangs. Montreal North, full of blood gangs that know that brother, man. You understand? Meanwhile, we tell them about the UPK. We tell them about the different lifestyle. We tell them, you understand, that there's only death. But you know what? The media, the society make it seem like something beautiful. They don't want to leave that lifestyle.
Right.
They don't want to leave that lifestyle. They want to stay in that lifestyle. And this is the end. The end is death. Bring me to Proverbs chapter 1, verse 8 to 19, Bible question.
Come on.
Before we get more. Also, Zabaja, if you want to get more, you know what I'm saying, if you want to chime in, don't mind me, all right?
Say Proverbs 1, verse 8.
Proverbs 1, verse 8. First question.
God, no swear out here.
Go on. And Officer Shy 1 on the chat. If you have no comment, you can put them in the chat, all right? Bubble question.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 8. My son, hear the instructions of thy father.
Hear the instruction of thy father, man. Hear the instruction of our father is in the book that Officer 500 Barkala is reading from. The Bible, the Holy Bible, man. You understand? This is the instruction. This is our constitution. This is our culture, man. This is what we're supposed to follow. Not no damn Hell's Angel. Hell's Angel is not gonna be there, you understand, when they're shutting us down. The mafia is not gonna be there, you understand, when they're killing us, when we're suffering. Where have they been? Where have they been? When did they ever talk about black people's situation, black people misery? Meanwhile, you working for them, you align yourself with them, and they're taking advantage of you, man. Yet all that strength that you give them, you're supposed to give it to your people, man. You understand? Give it to your people. And this is what me and this brother, you understand, right next to me, you understand, is doing. Giving all of our strength to our people, man. You understand? Because we love you. Els Angeles do not love you. The Italian mafia do not love you. And the street gang, even though they are brothers, they don't know what love is. Keep on going.
And forsake not the law of thy mother.
Forsake not the law of thy mother. Now I'm saying, I imagine if that brother's mother is alive, you know, saying how much she should be in pain right now. You understand? Seeing a child being dead, being gunned down. No parents want to, you understand, want to see their children or their child die before even they die. You understand? No parents want to live through that, man. Meanwhile, you put your parents in a situation where they gotta mourn for you. Instead of you burying your parents, they have to mourn for you because you decide to live a life that's, you understand, that's evil. And I'm not saying that, you understand, that we're not gonna die or whatnot. You understand, we don't die, but at least we die in the truth. At least we die for our people, which bring value to our death. Just like any heroes, you understand, that die for their people, that die for righteousness, people, you understand, praise them.
Right.
Who's gonna praise that brother because he died for the Els Angel in the Italian mafia? Who's gonna praise him? Do you think the street gang are gonna say, "Well, I want to be like Gregory Woody and die for the street, die for the Italian mafia, die for the Els Angel"? Which one of you is gonna do that? None of you. You understand? Go ahead.
Salakia, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
If I could, this is a message for all the brothers, right? Throughout the officer RDR. This is a message for all the brothers and some of you silly sisters who think you're gonna join these streets and survive. You're not gonna survive. Right. And in 15 years after you pass away, no one's going to remember you.
Right.
No one's going to talk about you.
Right.
This brother is only going to be remembered because some oppressor made a TV show called Bad Blood, and he got a little bit of fame, right? But that fame has a price to pay. Everybody knows your name. The person who's going to take your life away from you knows your face and knows your name and is going to put a tracker under your car and follow you for 2 weeks from your groceries to your house, to your mama house, to that filthy church you go to, Salakia, to your kid's school. And right when you're not expecting it, he's going to lay you out. And I got a precept I would like to pull, right? This is for all the brothers and sisters who think that it's okay to sell poison to your people. It's really not, right? It's really like if you sell dope, you're a sleeper cell for the clan, right? Now they activate. You are a sleeper cell for the oppressor, for his white supremacy. Right? Because it's the drugs that are destroying our people left, right, and center. And not to be so long-winded, right? But if I could, Salakia Adiyar, I was going to pull Exodus 22 and 18. Right? This is Exodus 22 and 18. It says, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live." Right? Now, to a Christian, this sounds spooky. To a Christian, this sounds like, especially if you're unlearned, right? Now, we got many brothers and sisters who are unlearned, and that's no fault of their own. That's the pastor pimp's fault, right? The pimp and pastor, he's the one who is responsible for our brothers and sisters being unlearned. But Exodus 22:18 says, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live, right? What's that suffering? That okay, first, what's a witch? A witch is a dope dealer, right? You need to be over the pot and working your wrist. That's like a witch with a cauldron, right? You know, when you hear all the fairy tales where they say the witch, she adds an eye of newt and a frog leg and she's over the cauldron stirring, right? That's cooking dope, right? That's putting fentanyl in a pot and watching it boil so you could go and sell some dope to get rich. You think you're gonna get rich? That money's going to your lawyer fees, like straight up.
That's that magical potion,
right? Well, the Most High doesn't want you to live because you're taking the dope from the Hell's Angels. And why is it always oppressors going to the black community to get them to run? Like this is common knowledge. The oppressor goes to the ghetto. The Hell's Angels goes to the ghetto to get simple brothers who don't have the knowledge of the truth that Commanding General YAHANNA has held on to for so long, right? And gets them to do the drug running, right? Gets them to go do the hits in the city. And then they just throw their life away. And eventually they die because the Most High doesn't want you to live if you're going to murder his children. If you're going to harm his children, the Most High doesn't want you to live. This brother thought he was living. He thought, I'm good. I'm in Montreal, racked up. He was racked up shoddy, a bunch of money, right? And now he's somewhere on a cold slab. They probably had his funeral already. So
they had their funeral rest yesterday.
Good night. Well, there you have it, brothers and sisters. If you sell dope, you're going to die in these streets, or you're going to go to jail for a long time, and then you're going to die in these streets. That's how it goes. Salakia.
Come on, priest. And what you said is powerful. Also, like, you understand that you're gonna sell drug to our people, and meanwhile, these people, you understand, like, they're just living their life. And also like, what you understand, like, when you read about, or when you get to know where he come from the El Angel, he was like, you know, the crowd or the crew that was enforcing the death, you understand, that was, they were sending to, you understand, to unalive people out there. You understand? That's how he got raised up, by doing those type of works. So don't you understand, like, for every one of you, even though they send you to unalive a person, don't you think they're gonna say it is you? You understand? Don't you think these people are gonna say, well, it is him that did it, I didn't give him the order to do it? Think about it. You understand? Think about it. Otherwise, these are the people who would have come after the El Angel. You understand? So don't, and this is why there's a precept in the Bible. I'm not gonna go into it. We're gonna go into what we have right now. But there's a precept that in the Bible that said, never trust your enemies, man. El Angel is your enemies. The Italian mafia is your enemy. You understand? Don't never trust them. I'll tell you somebody you should trust. Commanding General YAHANNA.
Damn right.
That's who you should trust. Trust Commanding General YAHANNA, because we're doing an excellent job in the UPK. We're feeding, we're clothing our people. We're there for them when they're in need. You understand? In Montreal, in Canada, you understand, Toronto, pretty soon we're gonna have, you understand, a prison program where brothers that taught, you understand, the Hells Angel was the way, the street gang was the way, they're gonna get out, you understand, and be men of God. Pretty soon, when you understand, like, you're gonna see, like, brothers, you understand, from the dirty lifestyle come and become men of royalty, men, you understand, men of stature. You understand? Pretty soon. Let's keep on going. Verse 9, Bible question. We go on to verse 19.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 9. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head.
There shall be an ordinance of grace up in thy head. Everything that you see in the Bible is for your own good. And you understand, it's gonna be an ornament. An ornament is like, you understand, what also Barakella is wearing right now. You understand? It's a crown, it's the jewels. You understand? It's gonna make you shine, in other words. Those laws and precepts, when you don't eat pork and you see every Christian eating pork, you stand out. When you don't sell weed and you see every brother selling weed, you stand out. When you smoke, you don't smoke weed and everybody smoking weed, you stand out. When you understand, you're not indulging in that type of lifestyle and you see everyone else does, you stand out and you become somebody greater than them. You understand? Keep on going.
Karawakan. And chains about thy neck.
Chain upon thy neck. You understand? Just like your chain, just like we have chains on our neck. You understand? These commandments, all rules, all precept, all culture is like a chain. You put that chain on, you understand, to floss, to look good. Where these precept makes you look good. You understand? We're not selling no drug for Hell's Angel. We're not unaliving nobody for the Hell's Angel over here. We're not gonna go and include the Italian mafia with our people. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna tell you not to join them, not to sell drug for them. But let's get together and build our own empire. That's what we're gonna tell you. And we stand out. It becomes like a Jews. When we go out, what happened? Oh, these are the Hebrew Israelite. These are, you understand, these are the one West guy. These are not, you understand? I went out, you understand, with also Bakela, you understand, on the 18th of November, you understand? And we was welcome. Even the old people, old men, you understand, wanted to talk to us and know what was going on, who we are, they seen us and whatnot. Because we are not like those people, you know, those brothers in the street. You understand? Right. This is what it's talking about. Keep on going.
Karawakan, verse 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
If what?
If sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
If sinners entice thee, well, you know what? Do this, man. Come on, it makes you feel good. Take a puff. Come on, it's Friday. Y'all seen the movie Friday? It's Friday, y'all. You ain't got things to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, take a puff, man. What you gonna do? When sinner trying to entice you, say no. I shall not do it because my Lord doesn't want me to do it. The Most High doesn't want me to do it. I will not. You are a woman, and that man is telling you, well, you know what? You have a man, come and follow me in the back room and have sex. Say no, and stop talking to that man. It's easy as that. You are a man, and that woman as a man, and tell you, well, I want you, and come, you understand? Come, you understand? My husband is not home, and come home, come to my house. Do not go. Don't even talk to her. It's easy as that. They're telling you take a puff of that weed. Don't. It's easy as that. When sinner trying to entice you, what? Do what?
Karawakan. Consent thou not.
Consent thou not. Don't give your consent to sin, man. Alexandra is telling you, well, you know what? I'll make you rich if you don't follow me. I'm gonna destroy your house. Well, destroy it then. Destroy it, God damn it. What else do I have? You understand? We come in slavery. We were butt naked, Salakia. What else do I have? You understand? Destroy it. I don't give a damn. If the Italian mafia come to you and to trying to sell drugs, say hell the F no. That's as simple as it is. And you know what? They will respect you for it. That's one thing about, you understand, the oppressor. They respect a challenge, man. They don't respect cowards, but they respect somebody that gives them a challenge. And in UPK, we give them a challenge, man. You better hear about I.S.U.P.K Indianapolis that's going against the FBI, you understand, and on. Keep on going. It's a lot.
Karawakan, Proverbs chapter 1, verse 11. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us look privately for the innocent without cause. Verse 12. Let us swallow them up alive.
So like I read the verse 11 again?
Karawakan. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 11. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us look privately for the innocent without cause.
If they come to you and say, well, you know what? Come, let's analyze some people, man. He has a couple, you know what I'm saying? He has money. He has a trunk full of money. He has a bag full of money. You understand? He has this in this wallet. Y'all seen the brothers wearing those type of wallet or purse right now nowadays. Well, you know what? Let's go rob him. Let's go do this. Let's go put in some work. What you say? You say no. That's my brother. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother. That could be me. You would have said the same thing if it was me. Do not go. You understand? I'm gonna tell you stories. There's brother that trying to rob people, not thinking that they were armed. And when they're trying to, you understand, trying to rob those people or that person, they end up being shot. You understand? They end up being shot. Meanwhile, they were listening to other people just to rob that brother.
Right.
You understand? tell the, you know what I'm saying, if that brother knew this precept or this verse, he would have said, no, you know what, I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I make my money, you know what I'm saying? I invest in the music, I invest in this, I invest in other thing, I invest in houses, I flip houses and whatnot. I'm not gonna rob another brother. Do not do it. Do not go and try to take the innocent blood. You know what I'm saying? Hells Angel beef has nothing to do with you, black man. They send you, you know what I'm saying, to analyze somebody, say no. Don't even be in the midst. You know what I'm saying? Don't even be with them. Say no. You understand? And this is why I wanted to be in the funeral yesterday, which I wasn't. But I wanted to be there to talk, you know, I said, to talk some sense to all the OGs, you know what I'm saying, the black OGs that was over there, because all the black OGs was over there. I wanted to be over there and get to know all of them and tell them about the UPK. But eventually, you know what I'm saying, in the good circumstances, you know what I'm saying, we'll meet each other regardless. All right. Keep on going.
Karawakan, verse 12. Let's swallow them up alive.
Let's swallow them. Let's swallow them up alive. Let's unalive them. That's what it means. Let's unalive them. You know what I'm saying? That brother right there, he has, you know what I'm saying, I think he has money. Also Zabaja, you know what I'm saying? I seen that brother, you know what I'm saying? He's shining. You know what I'm saying? He's downtown in the street, you know what I'm saying? Let's go and unalive the brother, man. Let's go press him. You know what I'm saying? Where you from, cuz? You know what I'm saying? Where you from, cuz? Where you from, blood? Let's go press him a little bit, Officer Zabaja. Say no. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that because my culture doesn't require that. You understand? Because my culture is against that. That's the culture of the oppressor. Say no. Keep on going.
Karawakan. And whole as those that go down into the pit.
Go ahead.
Verse 13. We shall find all precious substance.
We shall find all precious substance. You know what I'm saying? Let's go rob him. He got keys, right? He's DJ Khaled. You know what I'm saying? He got the jewelry. He got this. Let's not take his chain. What is the brother name, you know what I'm saying, that took his chain in Toronto recently? DJ Drama, I believe.
Academics.
God,
that was DJ Drama. And then they got a YouTuber like a couple weeks later.
God, I don't know if he's a brother, you know what I'm saying, but even though that comes in the same thing. Well, he has a good chain, Officer Barkella. Let's go rob him. You know what I'm saying? Let's go rob him, Officer Barkella. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know what I'm saying, that, well, matter of fact, I'll give you a good example. With Birdman and that dude that, you know what I'm saying, that Birdman was against. What is that fat guy name?
Drewski.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's take Drewski's chain. You know what I'm saying? He disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the way he move, also Barkella, also Zabaja. I don't like the way he move. Let's go snatch his chain. Say no. Just say no, man. I'll tell you something else to do. Come to the UPK and let's go feed the Native Indian. Come to the UPK and let's go feed the homeless. Come in the UPK and let's take care of the child molestation in our community, man. This is what we should do. This is what you should do. Keep on going.
Karawakan. We shall fill our houses with spoil.
We shall be rich. We shall be rich. You know what I'm saying? He has a thing. Let's go rob him and bring it back to our house. Go ahead.
Karawakan. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 14. Cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse.
Go ahead.
Verse 15. My son, walk not thou in the way with them.
Not what? Do what?
Walk not thou in the way with them.
Don't walk in the way with them. Don't follow them. This is what it means. Do not follow the Hells Angel. Do not follow the Italian mafia. Do not follow the street gang. Do not follow this lifestyle, man. Because why? Because you will end up like Gregory Woolley. You know what I'm saying? And I feel bad to, you know what I'm saying, in a way, I don't feel bad to talk about it, but you know what I'm saying, it is something inside of me like, you know what, I'm using the brother name like this, man. You know what I'm saying? I would rather use that brother name in something better.
Right.
You understand? I feel bad in that sense because that brother has so much potential, so much courage, so much, you understand? You understand? So much zeal inside of him that if he knew about the UPK, if he knew about One West, he would have put that zeal in another sense. He would have put that zeal for his people, but instead he put it for the Hells Angels. He put it for the Italian mafia. He put it, you understand, for the street gang. And now where he is? Dead, 6 feet deep. And nobody's, you understand, nobody's gonna, matter of fact, where are the people that killed him?
At the funeral.
At the funeral. They're probably right there at the funeral with everybody else. You understand? This is not a life to live like, you know what I'm saying? This is not a way to live life. This is not a way to live life. He was 51 years old. He was in his prime still. 51 years old is not old. You know what I'm saying? He's still a young man. He would have been in the school. He was gonna be a young man, full of knowledge, full of everything, full of dedication. You understand? Especially with the experience that he had in the street, he could have bring forth, you understand, to our people and teach our people to be different. But instead, he dead. He's unalive. You understand? And this is why, you understand, these classes are important, man. This is why these classes are necessary for you, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. And this is why you should share these classes, man.
Right.
Because it maybe another brother will not die. But just by you sharing these classes, just by you talking about the UPK, you watch your slavery, you talking to a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man or woman, tell them about the UPK, man. You understand? Tell them about the UPK. Because that might save his life, man. Keep on going.
Karawakan. Refrain thy foot from their path.
Refrain thy foot from the path. You understand? Don't follow them, man. Don't follow them in their stupidities, man. I'm saying, oh, I work for the Hell's Angel. I can send you. They make money. You understand? Oh, look at my pocket. My pocket. You understand? My pocket is swollen. You understand? Refrain your foot from the path, man. I'd rather be broke and be for my people. I'd rather be my last dollar. You understand? I could help Officer Barrichello. I could help Officer Zabadio. I could help a homeless Native Indian that's in the street that's sleeping, you understand, outside tonight. I'd rather my last dollar to be, you understand, involved and used for that instead of to have a pocket full of money. Meanwhile, I'm killing and destroying my people. That's the mind state that coming in Juliana to every so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Go ahead, please. Remember what you have.
Salakia, like it's heavy what you're saying, because like a lot of times, like if you ever talk to a brother who's might be going through it, or might like a lot of brothers they didn't grow up in a family of wealth, so they turn to the streets, right? Except for in the case of like a King Harris, like T.I.'s son, who grows up with wealth, but because they want to be like their father, they want to turn to the streets. That's not the case for majority of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? You speak to these brothers and they'll say something like, oh, I got this amazing idea. It's the brightest idea I ever had. And you're like, all right, what's the idea? And he's like, we about to be rich. And you're like, you're rubbing your hands together like Birdman because you're thinking about some money now. And he looks at you and says, let's put kilos of cocaine in a trunk and drive it across the Highway 401 for the Hells Angels. And you got to look at these brothers like, yo, what the hell are you talking about? Like how do you feel like that is a bright idea? And you could only blame that on the Christian church. Like our leadership, where is the leadership that's telling us not to do that? Right? We had that in the I.S.U.P.K. Brothers and sisters in the world, man. It has to be a scary place for them because there's no one telling you not to do that. The church and the pastor saying the law is done away with. The law is done away with according to the pastor. You could sell some dope and give him the money, and he's gonna buy some turkeys for Christmas, right?
Right.
But that's what's happening. It's sad to see. It's sad to see our brothers in this state.
What you said is also absolutely right, please. Understand? Keep on going.
Khan. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 16. For their feet run to evil.
Their feet does what?
For their feet run to evil.
Just like Officer Zabadio just said, you understand? Like let's put some kilos in the trunk and just drive it for the Hells Angel. Their feet run to evil, man. Understand? Everything. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you a hint. I'm gonna give you game right now. Anything that's against the UPK, anything that we do not teach is evil. All right? I'm gonna give you game right now. Understand this game. You know, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. This is for you. Everything that the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA do not teach is evil.
Damn right.
All right.
Damn right.
Not too evil.
Damn right.
Understand? Most High in Christ. Everything you understand we do not teach in the UPK and Commander General YAHANNA do not teach. It is evil. Your feet run to evil. You understand me? Their feet run to evil. Meanwhile, you're supposed to be like, you know what? I'm not taking that path. Just like Officer Zabaja was giving an example. You understand? Well, the bright idea is to get some kilos and to run down the street, saying, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm too smart. Let their feet run to evil. My feet is gonna be, you understand, firm in righteousness. Keep on going.
Right.
And make haste to shed blood.
They make haste to shed blood. You understand? Let's kill him. Let's unalive him. You understand? Let's destroy him. Let's destroy him his life. Even though that brother might have a woman, even though that brother might have children, even though that brother might have other people depending on him, let's unalive him. I don't care. Even though it's my own people. Yet when the police come, what happened? Do they unalive the police?
Lord one.
I'm not saying to unalive the police. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know y'all watching, police officers. I know y'all watching. I'm not telling y'all send them to unalive you, but they're not gonna do that with the police. They're gonna do that with their own people. And there's nothing out there except the UPK that's telling them not to unalive their own people. Nothing out there. The police doesn't care. If the police care, there's camera everywhere. You understand why they're not finding? You understand who killed Gregory Woolley? You understand? Matter of fact, you understand, Akim? I'm gonna tell you something that's real, right? They have, how you call that again? They are spies, right? Spy agency, right? There's spies agency like the FBI in Canada that's called CSIS, where every conversation on your phone is registered. If there's, you understand, a word about unaliving somebody, there's a trigger and they know exactly about it. So they know exactly where the orders come from. You know what I'm saying? Before somebody get unalive, before, you know what I'm saying, if it's on the phone, if you understand, just like the Asian president was unalive, they know exactly who gave the order. You know what I'm saying? This is how deep it is. And this is how they, you know what I'm saying, they don't give a damn about what's going on to our people. You know what I'm saying? Let's say we had like a leader, a righteous leader, you understand, standing, you understand, in the UN and saying, well, you know what? Every black man that died, I want to know, I understand, who killed him. I want to know how they died. You understand? We're going to go to the nitty gritty. Let's say we had, you understand, an industry or, you understand, an organization that was fighting for black people at this extent, and we will in the UPK. You understand? Everybody that died, every gangster that died, everyone, just like Gregory Woolley that died, they would have come with an answer the next day. I'm telling you the truth. They would have known who gave the order. They would have known, you understand, all the cameras, you understand, they're using all the camera. They're saying there was an SUV. If you read the article, you understand, there was an SUV that came in and they just left. There's camera that see where the SUV went. Burger King has camera. You know what I'm saying? McDonald's have camera. All the you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like those restaurants have camera. Matter of fact, there's people, you know what I'm saying, in the private house that have camera over there in Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu. You understand? So they know exactly who did it. But the fact that we don't have no leader, righteous leader in Canada outside of the I.S.U.P.K, they're not gonna tell us exactly who did it. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't give a damn about us, they're not gonna tell us who did it. You understand? Keep on going.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird.
Surely, you know what I'm saying, in vain, you know what I'm saying, the nest is spread inside of any bird. You know what I'm saying? This is when you follow the laws. If Gregory Woolley would have followed, you know what I'm saying, the I.S.U.P.K, even though it did what it did, being back in his life, he come and change his life in the UPK, and they're trying to plot to kill him, he wouldn't die. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't die. He would have been alive. The law, if he's really serious about changing, if he's really serious about being righteous, the law would have been with him. You understand? The law would have been with him, just like the law was with the, you know what I'm saying, with them brothers and sisters in I.S.U.P.K in Indianapolis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like the law was with us, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere they're trying to challenge us, and we survive. The law would have been with him. Keep on going.
Karawakan. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 18. And they lay wait for their own blood.
So they would lay wait for their own blood. That's what would have happened. You know what I'm saying? They would have tried to kill the brother, and the police was right there, right behind him. Whoop, whoop. You know Understand? And the brother would just seen, and he wouldn't have time to see the people that trying to kill him. You understand? And so on and so on. But leave the Hells Angels, leave the Italian mafia, leave the street gang, and I guarantee you're gonna see those type of thing happening in your life. Keep on going.
Karawakan. They lurk privately for their own lives.
They look, you know what I'm saying? They're looking, you know what I'm saying, like privately for their own life. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for their own destruction by messing with you when you change your life, when you be about God, when you be in the UPK. You understand? They're trying to destroy their own life. It's not against you, it's against their own self. Don't even take it personally. You know what I'm saying? They don't even take it personally. Well, you know what? They're trying to destroy us. They're trying to do nah. They have a death wish. They have a death wish and they want to die.
Right.
That's how you got to look at it. And that's how we look at it in the UPK. That's why we ain't got no stress, no anxieties over here. You understand? Keep on going.
Karawakan. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 19. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain.
Now is what?
So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain.
So is the way of everyone that is greedy of gain. The Hells Angels are what?
Greedy of gain.
You in the street gangs are what?
Greedy of gain.
You with pep or what?
Greedy of gain.
You are greedy of gain, man. You want everything for yourself. You want money and money and money and money, money on top of money. All you rappers are what?
Greedy of gain.
This is what the Bible says. And despite that you are greedy of gain, you're willing to do anything for that money. You whores, you understand, prostitute out there, you understand, like you want to have sex with this guy because he has money and whatnot, because you want that money as well. You are greedy of gain, and you understand you are destroying yourself.
Right.
You are destroying yourself because you are greedy of gain. We are poor men over here. We are rich, but we are poor. Understand? Just like you understand the Revelation chapter 2, verse 9 says, you are poor. I know your poverty. I know your struggle, but you are rich. Why? Because you are Yasharala. You are the sons of God, man. You are the sons of daughters of God. You are rich, man. You don't have to sell drugs for the Hells Angels. You don't have to sell drugs for the Italian mafia. You don't have to be in the street gang. All you got to do is be in the UPK, I.S.U.P.K, Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General YAHANNA, and the world will see your flavor, man. The world will see, you understand, your value, man. Just like they're seeing ours. You understand? I know Toronto is saying Officers of Badger be like, man, that nigga that nigga is not like other niggas. You understand? I know, you understand, they're saying Officer Shy 1. God damn, that nigga is not like other nigga. And they're saying the same thing about us over here in Montreal. They're saying the same thing. They're saying the same thing when they see I.S.U.P.K, you understand, on social media. Why? Because we are not greedy of gain, but we are greedy for our kingdom. We are greedy for you to change your life. We are greedy, you understand, for you to, you understand, to become somebody else, somebody greater. You understand why? Right. Because you are the sons and daughter of God. With that, I say shalom. God, y'all got it, priest.
Hey, Salak Alces Abaja. You hear me? Salak Alwan, you're on mute.
Khan, I can hear you. Shalom.
Khan.
Salakia.
Hey, I say let's clap it up for Officer Adiyar.
Hey, was there anything else in that? Were you guys reading an article? Was there anything else in that article that you were reading?
Let's read the same article we brought up last week on the Rise 1969.
Okay, Khan. So, Barak, you guys are in Montreal, right? What's the temperature in Montreal right now? Now that this brother has passed away, like, what's the street saying? Like, do brothers and sisters even care?
Lot one, especially like on the west side, like lot one. Because it's already division.
Talk about this, brother?
Lot one. There's already division on the west side between the Benjamites and the Levites. I mean, they're really not even talking. They're minding their own business on the west side. on the east side,
Right.
really, they
And
don't
that's the
even
whole point,
care.
right?
Karawakan.
That's my whole point. Like, there's a division between Benjamin and Levi, meaning most of the Caribbean, which would be like your Trinidad, your Jamaica, Antigua, Martinique, St. Kitts, St. Vincent's, right? Most of those Caribbean islands don't really get along with the rest of the Levites. Like, the Caribbean islands don't get along, and that's because we're not in a good place right now, right?
Right.
If you're not if you're not in all black, if you don't have your head wrapped up and have a long dress in a long dress on, and you're not in class, man, you are in a bad place. Our community is horrible. It's a terrible condition, right? We're watching the destruction of ourselves, right? Brothers and sisters be gunning each other down outside, right? I still remember, like, till this day, like it was yesterday, even though it was only last year, right? We're at a high holy day in the north, and a brother is getting shot, and it's like, yo, what is going on out here? And it's
Salakia, the
those
one.
reminders that remind us that this. One second. Those reminders remind me that I made the right choice, right? As sad as it is to say that, because the rest of you brothers, you're gonna make bad choices and go through it. But I made the right choice. I came home. I found myself. Barack.
Kawakara. I was just going to say Salakia, the one. The part that really marked me that day is that one brother was injured, right? He got shot, and another brother, when we came back in my zone, was unalived. But the thing is that coincidentally, while we were celebrating a high holy day, brothers in the world were celebrating Thanksgiving in Canada that same day. Coincidentally.
Right. And that's another thing, is us being just, we don't know who we are, right? Barack, if you can, Salakia, if you can get me, give me a second. Give me one quick second. We definitely don't know who we are. We don't know that we're supposed to be a certain way, right? Listen, a beast of the field knows its owner, right? One second. Hold up. Let me find it for you. Knoweth his crib. Right. So when Barak gets back, we're gonna go to Isaiah 1 and 3. Right, because there's a reason black folks are Hispanic folks and Native Americans are going through. No, I do not need ads on that. Are going through what we're going through, right? And it's because we just lack of knowledge, right? That's the simplest way to say it. And I don't mean it like blackity black young Pharaoh, right? Because you got black people on the internet. Listen, I seen a brother on the internet arguing with an oppressor. He thinks he's checking the oppressor because he's telling the oppressor his DNA is 7% Neanderthal, and he thought he said something. And I was like, oh man, this is bad. The brother is telling this oppressor that you're not a human because 7% of your DNA comes from Neanderthal, and your peoples come from chimpanzees. And I'm like, good night. It's to show you how behind the ball we are, right? It's to show you how as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right, we are losing to these heathen nations because they have knowledge of self. They're a free people. They're not trying to Salakia. They're not envying their own. Now, I'm not even going to say it like that, right? But check this out. Black folks, we envy our oppressors, right? We want to be like our oppressors. We want to be gangster. You could never be as gangster as a Caucasian man.
Right.
No matter how how gangster you think you are, right? I seen a clip on the internet where a brother, I think this had something to do with hip hop, right? And they were basically saying like how the Italians and the Jews and the Irish, they came over to America and they started the gangsterism, but then black people took it and elevated it and brought it to where it is right now. And that's absolutely nothing to be proud of because our neighborhoods are destroyed. Like most of you brothers, I'm gonna just be brutally honest. Most of you brothers don't know how to shoot. Y'all shoot everything but the target. Y'all shoot the whole party up, hit everybody except for the nigga that you went to go hit. Right? And there's no glory in that. Right? What's glorious is getting an order to go teach in a zone that you've never taught in before, or getting an order to go meet some brothers 4 hours away to go carry out a mission to go feed your people, right? That's glorious. Breaking ground in a new city is glorious. When brothers come up and get new names, that's glorious. All the rank raises that Commanding General YAHANNA gives out is glorious. Selling dope is absolutely trash. It's nothing. You know it's bad because you don't want to go and tell people you're a dope dealer. Outside of a rapper, dope dealers don't tell everybody they sell dope. They don't go around and say, "Hey, I got this Benz because I'm a drug dealer." Because it's nothing to it's not a good thing to be a drug dealer. You're gonna go to jail. You're not going to inspire a doctor. Like there's no drug dealer who inspired a brother to be a doctor, right? They didn't inspire a brother to be a lawyer, right? But Commanding General YAHANNA said, one second, I gotta find this. Hold up, Barack, I need you to find me a tape. One second, I'm gonna send you a tape and I need you to bring this up, right? But while you do that, can you get Isaiah 1:3?
Karawakan.
Right. I need to show you what a real leader looks like, what a real nigga looks like, a man that has no fear looks like. And I'm gonna break this video down on another date, and I got the breakdown for this video. And the men in this video are courageous. The men in this video is what heroes look like. If you're selling dope, you're not a hero. You don't look like what a hero looks like. You're not doing anything to benefit your people and help your people. You're destroying them, right? And you now check this out. How are you gonna go put in work for an organization you can't join and move up in the ranks in? Can you imagine that? That is crazy. You want to put in work for the Hells Angels and the Italian Mafia, and you can't be no capo. You can't be no club president. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This time y'all wake up. Y'all gotta wake up, man. Y'all gotta wake up. Barack, you can read that precept.
Karawakan. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's
Hold
crib.
that right there. The ox knoweth his owner. An ox knows who owns him, who owns that ox. It knows it belongs to this farm. It knows it belongs to this master. The person who's making sure it's cleaning the rocks out of his hoofs, right? A ox, because it's so heavy, a cow, any type of bovine animal, they have soft hoofs, right? They walk in the mud and rocks and in modern times nails because they're on farms and you got to put up fences and stuff. Pieces of metal get in their hoofs. It bores deep into the hoof. The master has to basically doctor up the hoof, like give it a damn manicure pedicure, right? You can see these videos on YouTube, and you'll see them leaves. You got pus and a gunk coming out of these hoofs, right? The ox knows that this master is taking care of it, right? Who's taking care of black people? Who is the master of black people? right? Barak, read it one more time.
Kawakan. Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the
Keep going.
ass his master's crib.
Listen, even a donkey, an ass, right? A donkey knows his master's crib. Whose crib do Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans belong to? Right? Whose house do we belong in? Who is our God? That's the question we gotta ask. It's not bro. How did they say white Jesus in Spanish?
Jesucristo.
Right. It's not Jesus Cristo, right? That's not our God. It's not Caesar Borgia, that image, that soft, effeminate image of the Caucasian man in the churches, right? That's not who our master is, who our king is, right? Keep reading.
Kawakan. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider.
Israel does not know. Isn't that interesting? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans do not know. Who are we? Are we trappers? Are our daughters supposed to be sexy red? Are they supposed to be the Sukianas? Right? Are we supposed to be the? Listen, Kodak Black makes good music, but that brother looked like a whole zombie on that Drink Champs interview. Right? You got money. Michael Jackson had money, and Whitney Houston had money. They passed away, doped up with millions. They have money. They didn't fix the Black community, right? Who is our master? Why don't we know who we are? You got to blame the oppressor first and his Christianity, right? And consider who we are. We have a Bible. It's in our house. Read it. Go to the men who understand the Bible. The pastor clearly doesn't understand the Bible. The pastor's been in charge of our communities for a long time. What did we get with it? We got drug dealing. We got our sisters pimped out. We got all our businesses. That filthy Martin Luther King and his lust for mayonnaise women is the reason we don't have no businesses. Right? You want to know why a John Morant could be suspended 25 games in an NBA league that's built off black blood? Meaning the NBA right now in its modern time, and why it's so popular is because the blood, sweat, and tears of black men. And because he does something that's illegal in America, right? They say, hey, it's unbecoming of the team, and they suspended him 25 games. Well, they have a Caucasian boy, Josh Giddey, who's accused of messing with a 15-year-old minor, and he's yet to be suspended. They don't even want to talk about him. They're afraid to be sued. Right? We don't consider who we are and why we go through the things we go through. All right, Barak, check your WhatsApp. Or is it easier for me to send it through WhatsApp or your email?
If you send it to WhatsApp, I could just open on my computer right now.
All right, no sweat. Hold up. I'm going to send it to you right now. Right.
I just got it.
Bro, get Isaiah 51 and 20. I got to find this part in this video, right? I got to let you, like, this is a video. This is a world famous quote for me. This is a video that when I heard this video the first time, I said, good night. This brother is onto something. I definitely had to make sure I follow him.
So, like, sure I learn from Isaiah 51 verse 20.
Isaiah 51 verse 20. This verse that I'm going to pull is going to explain what's happening to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans right now, right? And why we're in this condition that we're in, right? And how we look in this condition, right? It's gonna, once you hear it, you're gonna be like, yeah, that sounds like the black community. Salakia. Salakia Barak, you could read it anytime you got it.
Khan. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net.
Right. This is talking about Barak. Bring that back one more time, Baba Kasha.
Khan. Isaiah chapter 51, verse 20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of
It means
all the
our
streets.
sons have gotten weak. Our sons have gotten weak. You see brothers and sisters on these streets sleeping. You see brothers and sisters on these streets laid out. Listen, that happens. Listen, there's a website called Reddit. And if there's ever a shooting in your city and there's a video for it, you're going to see it pop up on Reddit. And on that site, now I think these oppressors allow these videos because they just like to see the violence in the black community.
Right.
That's definitely what I think it is. They call it death porn, right? Where they watch us get laid out. And I've always wondered, why is it that predominantly all our videos of our violence is on that screen of us getting laid out. We're just getting laid out left, right, and center on Reddit. Right? Our sons have fainted and they lie at the head of all the streets, right? Some of them are doped up and leaned over. Some of them are just laid out. They gave up the ghost on that street, right? And our communities are wild. Right? Keep reading. Hey, Shalom, Shariwan. Yahba Shemel
Shalom,
Shalom, Yahba Shemel Shabbat
Katham.
Keep reading.
Karawakan. They are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God.
Wait. Continue from streets.
Kawakan. As a wild bull in a net.
Nah. Continue from they lie at the head of the streets, Slakia.
Kawakan. They lie at the head of all the streets. As a wild bull in a net.
Read.
They are full of the fury of the Lord.
Read.
The rebuke of thy God.
Read. Right. Have you ever seen a bull, right? A bull is a massive vehicle, like as heavy as a small Honda Accord, right? And you try to trap that beast, it's going to buck. It's going to go crazy. It's going to go wild because no bull wants to be trapped in any net at any time, right? Now, our young men are, listen, we're full of the fury of the Lord, right? And we're seeing our God rebuke us for the evil that we've done against him. This brother thought he was getting away. Like this brother in Montreal, he thought he got away. He thought he made it. He's like, nigga, we made it. How much death is that brother responsible for in the streets of Montreal and Toronto? Does anybody know? Is there a count? Is there a count on how many guns he had sold, how much drugs he had, how much drugs he sold into our communities? Listen, I'll just keep it funky with you, man. I cry for my brothers. These brothers in the streets who are doing the evil. I feel sympathy for their family, but man, everybody want to be Richard Porter. God kill him like Alpo. Yeah, y'all better recognize what's going on. The Most High is not playing with y'all. You want the streets, right? Well, blood is in the streets. Bodies lay in the streets. Right? That's what happens in these streets. And that's the rebuke of thy God. Salakia. Barak, you can get Exodus 19 and 6. Because there's a way that we're supposed to live, how the Most High wanted us to live. The Most High wanted us to live a certain way. Right? Shaywan, we're talking about a brother there was a brother, a Haitian brother in Montreal. He was basically the go-between between the Hells Angels and the Italian Mafia, the Rizzuto family. And not too long ago, they took his life out somewhere. I think it's just east past the city of Montreal. They took his life. Right, and that's what we're talking about.
Salakia, if I may.
Right? So Barak, when you got that, you got.
Salakia, that's an unfortunate thing to hear. You know what I mean? Like, it's always our people joining ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, to different organizations and just different nations and different people's business that doesn't involve our own. And it's unfortunate that that brother had to lose his life. You know, just getting wrapped up in just all this stupid shit that they try to push on our people. Salakia.
Yeah, they be pushing that stupid shit on our people. Right? Barak, can you get me you can load up that tape?
Okay, so we're loaded up. I'm just waiting for the
load up that
timestamp.
tape, right? What time stamp do I have? Bring me to about five minutes. Bring me to about 5 minutes, right? And then Barak, after you do that, you could read Exodus 19 and 6.
You want me to start with the table, or you want me to read the verse first?
You can read the verse first.
Karawakan. This is the book
we're
of
gonna watch this tape out, and then Khan.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 6. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an
This
holy
is what
nation.
The Most High wanted us to be. Right? The Most High wanted us to be a kingdom of priests. Right? He wanted us to do his works. He didn't want you to do the works of the devil, who's the oppressor the Bible speaks of. Right? That person you see in the biker cut, that's the devil the Bible speaks of. Right? And again, you brothers, again, I gotta ask you, how are you joining an organization you cannot move up in the ranks in? That makes absolutely no sense. That's wild. You are joining an organization you'll never have any say in. You can't be a made man in the mafia. You're not Italian. You're not an Edomite from Sicily, right? You don't relate to the people who unalive Jesus Christ. So you can't be in the Italian mafia. You are not one of them trailer park boys, so you cannot be in a motorcycle gang. You cannot be a Hell's Angels, right? That's literally Satan's angels. You wonder how Satan fell from the kingdom of heaven, right? Listen, the oppressor and his biker gangs is Satan and his angels, the devil the Bible speaks of. We're supposed to be a kingdom of priests, not a kingdom of pimps and drug dealers, not a kingdom of a bunch of young men in their 20s who are victim of homicide. That's not who we're supposed to be. We're not supposed to be a kingdom of lean addicts. We just sipping the lean and popping the Percocets. And listen, majority of these perkies are fake. It's fentanyl pressed out, right? You think that it's a tech. It's not. It's really some fentanyl you're using and abusing to your body, and you're about to be on them street corners very soon, right? Keep reading, bro.
Karawakan. And an holy nation.
a holy nation, right? A separate nation, a nation that's different from the rest, meaning we're not going to be like the heathens. We're going to be ruling over the heathens. That's how we're supposed to be, right? We're different from the rest. Like, listen, they finally got a couple Edomites who can actually play ball, right? Like think about it. Think about how for the last 3 or 4 decades we match them in everything they do. As long as they're not trying to hold us back, we match them in everything we do, and then we go past them, right? They let our sisters into college, and the sisters be just grabbing up every degree they can. Listen, some of y'all sisters, don't be gassed off those degrees though. You in debt to the government, right? That's not saying don't get those degrees. Go get those degrees and come back and help your people. But don't think you're going to use that and hold it over a brother's head, right? They let us kill our basketball league to join their basketball league, and ever since we joined them, we've taken over their basketball league, as in the workforce, but not in the Salakia. Not let's say the leadership, right? Not in management. We haven't taken over their league in management, right? We're supposed to be a nation of holy people, a nation of priests, a separate nation. Keep reading, Barak.
Karawakan. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
These are the words that you're gonna that Moses spoke unto the children of Israel that he got from the Lord, right? Let's look at what you're seeing. Haven't you noticed that every time you see them talking about the child with the highest IQ right now, the child is either black or Hispanic? And I don't mean from Spain. I don't mean from Portugal. I don't mean from Rome. I mean from the countries where you call them wetbacks. For the countries where you call them words that, listen, it's horrible. You from the countries where you wouldn't let these children come past a imaginary line without putting them in a cage. Those Hispanics, those Latinos, they're having the children with the highest IQs. Those Negroes in the ghettos, they're having the children with the highest IQs. We're a separate nation. When we're passing our oppressors in everything we do. The only thing is, if you want this, you really want to see what it's like to have rulership and domination and be the smartest people in the world and make all the judgments, you got to come back to the Most High. Right? Now, Barak, I have that video, right? There's that video I wanted you to pull up because I want to show Canada what a brother that doesn't want to drug deal looks like. What a brother who would rather go to war for his people against selling his people poison. That's who we follow. That's who we say Khan Alduan Khan to. That's who raised us up. That's the reason you don't see the city of Toronto shot up no more. Let's just be honest. That's the reason you have a Barak Ya Allah, a Shah Yuan, right? This man right here. So bring us to the 5-minute mark. You could widescreen it, Barak, and play it.
I'm not saying it like that. I'm totally being hypothetical. You see why they're gonna make you step up. Y'all got to make you step up. I'm about to come with the analogy, and you gonna know right now just gonna make you more mad. You ready for me? You ready for me? Okay. The reason why I come against Islam is this, because all over this country, wherever I go, and I've been all over this country, everywhere I go, there's a ghetto in every city. And in that ghetto, in every city, is drugs being sold. In every one of them cities. And here's the part, that whether you believe it or not, accept it or not, check it out for yourself. The majority of the brothers that selling these drugs are Muslims, man. I know you don't believe me, brother. I know you don't believe me. I know you don't believe me, brother. I know you don't believe me. And
Bro,
here's the thing you don't understand, brother.
Right. So this is Commanding General YAHANNA, right? This is Commanding General YAHANNA, the highest ranking man in Israel, right? The leader of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The reason why you have men trying to change Canada, right? He's in Washington, D.C. on the corner at camp, and he's telling his brothers and sisters not to sell dope anymore, not to sell drugs. Who wants to come and battle him? But the Muslims, right? Not the fly a plane into a tower kind of Muslims, right? The Malcolm X type Muslims, right? Farrakhan's Muslims, the bow tie niggas. They trying to battle him. They're trying to battle him to so they could have a reason to sell dope, right? So they could justify selling dope. And Commanding General YAHANNA, he's talking to these brothers, right? And you can hear in the background, one of them just keeps saying F y'all niggas, F y'all niggas. It's because clearly a brother like that don't care about us, right? If you want to go sell dope to black people, you want to be a gangster for the Hells Angels and be a goon, a hitman for the Italian mafia, right? You are no good to black people, right? Barack, you can keep playing this because you're gonna hear what Commanding General YAHANNA says when it comes to selling dope to black people. Hispanic, Native Americans.
You don't understand. Let me tell you something you don't understand. I love my brothers that follow Islam more than they love themselves. You know why? Because I'm willing to fight against drug dealers if they Muslim, if they Christian, if they atheist, if they Buddhist, if they shooting black men. Guess what? I'm gonna say something about it. Because you know why? Just like you ain't gonna, like your boy said, it ain't gonna happen. Guess what? I'm not letting nobody sell you drugs without me saying that. I'm not going to do it. You know why? You know why? You know why? Because even though I don't know you, guess what? Just like that's your boy, guess what? I'm your boy. Even though I don't know you, I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something. Guess what? Now you travel with me.
Damn right. Damn right. Damn right. Nah, Barack, you can let that play out, man. Let that play out some more, man.
Okay, Salak, y'all one. Let me pull it back.
Here's the thing you don't understand. Let me tell you something you don't understand.
Listen,
I love my brothers that follow Islam more than they love themselves. You know why? Because I'm willing to fight against drug dealers if they Muslim, if they Christian, if they atheist, if they Buddhist, if they shooting black men. Guess what? I'm gonna say something about it. Because you know why? Just like you ain't gonna, like your boy said, it ain't gonna happen. Guess what? I'm not letting nobody sell you drugs without me saying that. I'm not going to do it. You know why? You know why? You know why? Because even though I don't know you, guess what? Just like that's your boy, guess what? I'm your boy. Even though I don't know you, I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something. Guess what? Now you travel with me and tell me if I'm not across this country. You always ready for me. You just gonna get angry, dog. You just gonna get mad. I'm telling you, you ain't ready to deal with me, man. You don't want to go here with me, man. Let me tell you something, man. You said something. Listen, you said something heavy earlier. Dog, you said something heavy earlier. Can I just tell you something? Earlier you said, you speaking against the religion that I done been in my whole life. You remember when you said that earlier? I was listening to everything you said. And let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. I want to know what they are. And I pray you can get this. the religions and the way of life that all of us been in from our baby on up is why we in the ghetto destroyed. And we got to at least look at it.
All right, bro.
And
You
say,
can pause it.
could I be wrong?
Pause it. You can drop it.
Though I've been a Muslim,
Listen, my advice to y'all is y'all better go find them old UPK tapes, right? So, all right, y'all, you should find them old UPK tapes. Those are like gold, right? Those are definitely golden. A lot of gems. Watch the old tapes, especially for all the brothers who are going to camp, right? This is something, Akim, this is something I do a lot. Is I go and search the old UPK tapes, the ones that look grainy. The ones that look like it's from 10 years ago when there was only 180p. Right now they have 1480p for your HD TVs, but I'm talking about when there was 180p, when it was just the footage was grainy. It looked like old Nintendo, right? Go find those UPK tapes and watch them and study the men who are in those tapes and how they spoke at camp. It's going to grow your camp speakings and your speakings in general, right? But that was the old tape of Commanding General Yahanna battling some Muslims. Listen, those brothers on those corners were throwing batteries at the men in the UPK. Y'all know what that's like? We're at camp. We've seen people kick our signs, right? But imagine, Akim, we're at camp and people start throwing batteries at us and you got to hold Shamar and be disciplined. Now, if that's not love for your people, I don't know what is, because I got the breakdown of the tape. I talked to General Katham. General Katham was right there. He said they wanted to put hands on those brothers, but because of Commanding General Yahanna, they didn't. They held their composure. Now, that's love.
Right.
Going to sell dope for the angels and the mob is not love for your people, and the Most High is going to take your life. It's inevitable. Just like how the sun's going to come up tomorrow, the Most High is going to take your life because you are selling dope to his children and not repenting and not trying to change. You are not trying to be something different. You want to sell dope to some single mother. You sell her some whatever drug she's on, so you could go buy Christmas presents for your child. The child's not even going to appreciate the gift. It's going to break it in 10 minutes. As soon as you get it, the toy is broken. You're telling me that toy is worth killing your nation for? Right? Again, if you're selling dope, it's because you hate black people, you hate Hispanics, and you hate Native Americans. Right? Akim, is there anything else y'all want to talk about? Barack, you want to talk about anything on this article?
No, I mean, we already covered the article last week and today as well, right? Just leave the streets alone. The streets will not love you back. They're outside the ISPK. There is nothing but death. You understand? There's nothing but death, and life is painful outside the ISPK. I pray you understand that. We save lives. We prevent the inevitable when you partake in a sinful lifestyle, whatever lifestyle it is, whether it's the streets, whether it's the alternative lifestyle you want to live, whatever the case is. We get you to walk on a straight path again, right? And they say we brainwash people. Then why we will brainwash all the filth off of your mind. You understand? That's what it is. Commanding General Yahanna is the only man on earth right now who's able to lead so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And if you disagree, that's no sweat. Just come prove us wrong. But just know that the door will always be wide open for all of our brothers and sisters and their children. You understand? We're here for our people. We won't deny everybody, but just know that you will have to change your ways. You cannot come into the school and remain a drug dealer. You cannot come into the school and remain a sodomite. You cannot come into the school and remain a whore or hate your own people be a whoremonger. You're gonna have to change your ways. It's not gonna be an easy, but it's not gonna be an easy road, but we'll get you right. You understand? And Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shai for YAHANNA and all the
All
men
right.
above us, and all the men that he was able to raise up, so that we were able to be raised up, and all the future other men that will be raising up as well from the valley of the dry bones. Salak Yahweh.
You're damn right. Commanding General Yohana never left, and he's still raising up brothers right now. Imagine this.
Right.
This man has been in the truth since the 80s. Since the 80s. Do you know how many things have happened since the 80s? Do you know internet switched in the 90s? From 99 till 2008, the internet totally switched. You could have became a billionaire over the internet. Commanding General Yohana never switched. Do you know what it's like to have to roll up your car window in the 80s, and now in the 2000s you just hit a button? You know what that's like? Seeing all that stuff and knowing how much money you could have made if you wanted to be like a pork eating pastor and bought a $60 million jet and all the Benzes and all the properties. Listen, Commanding General Yohana never changed on us, right? And he never dropped his sword. He's been here, still raising up brothers, right? So with that said, again, it doesn't pay to be a part of them streets, man. Y'all brothers and sisters are gonna learn the hard way. Listen, I know a sister that got tricked into thinking she was gonna bring some dope in from Trinidad on that plane and had to go do some time. The sister's never been the same. Hasn't been the same. Right? Brothers and sisters are traumatized because of all the funerals they go to. Imagine you have a son, right? And you go to jail and then your son is unalived. You know how many brothers have to go through and live that life? And they come home and their son is unalived. Why? Because your son wanted to be like his daddy, a gangster, a dope boy. He wanted to go OT and trap and get all the racks. And that's not how it works out. It never works out like that. It works out with our mothers and our sisters, our aunties, always crying at our funerals. That's how it works out. It works out with them coming to visit you. Your friends don't come and visit you in jail. This is Akim, I gotta tell you, your friends don't come and visit you in jail. All that real nigga shit. I'm riding. We're gonna ride till the wheels fall off. Niggas for life. Nah, that once you go to jail, that's out the window. You better hope that brother don't have your ribs number. Good night.
Good night.
You want to go to jail and that brother has your ribs number? Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. She's telling you she's 3 months pregnant. And you're doing the math like, oh, I'm coming home to a child. Oh man. Oh man. Listen, again, Akim, leave them streets alone. It's not worth it. Get with Commanding General Yohana. Right? Once again, I'm Priest and Officer 1000 Zabaja of the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yohana. Started out 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And we teach that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites. And we're going to continue to do so. We've taught this since 1969. With that said, I'm going to pass the class over to Montreal's finest, Baraki Allah. Clap it up.
Hey, this is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. Rules for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10, means tenth in the Hebrew.
Ma'aishara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, gives to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you'd like. Upcoming holy convocation, we have the feast of dedication. Also, in Hebrew is Hakanaka, right? Which is the 25th day of the 9th month by a space of 8 days, which falls on this next week, next Thursday, December 7th, for 8 days. You can read more about it in the book of First Maccabees in the Apocrypha, chapter 4, verse 52 to 61. Reminded to all Akim and Aquatian to check the bulletin board in the hallway of their school if they have a physical location. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that said, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers and a courtesy salute to the sisters. Menavejo Aimajam, which means to stand. We'll give a courtesy salute to the brothers. Menavejo Aimajam Shabbat. Aimajam Barak. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh. Meaning Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless y'all. Yajam Mata, meaning hands down. Sar, which means to turn and face the sisters if you have any in your presence. We're going to give them a courtesy salute. Menavish Amajam Shabbat. Amajam Barak. Yahweh Shamar Alatam Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shamar Alatam Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh, watch over them in the name of, watch over y'all in the name of Yahweh Shai. Yajamata, class dismissed. Oh, a reminder to all Akim and Aquatian, we have the Lord's 55th annual Passover coming up April 20th, 2024. It'll be in Durham, North Carolina. So every single brother, descendant of so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indians on their father's side is invited, and we'll see you in North Carolina. Pay your tithes, pay a $200 Passover fee on ISUPK.com. Shalom.